Imagine you're standing in the middle of a storm. The winds are harsh, the rain is relentless, and everything feels gray. But somewhere just beyond the chaos, there's a glimmer of color, a rainbow. It's not just an image in the sky, it's a sign. A reminder that after every storm, something beautiful and transformative can emerge. That's what it's like to be a rainbow in somebody's cloud. We all go through challenges. Life throws curveballs. But what if the most powerful thing we can do is be the light in someone's dark moment? What if your presence, your kindness, your encouragement can be the rainbow that helps someone find hope? Today, I want to share something that might change your perspective, something that could transform not just your life, but someone else's too. You know, the world isn't always easy. People don't always talk about it, but everyone is carrying something heavy. You never know what someone's dealing with, whether it's loss, failure, or just the weight of an overwhelming world. But in the midst of that struggle, there is immense power in what we can offer, the ability to bring light, to bring hope. This is the message of being a rainbow in somebody's cloud. We all know that life isn't some picture-perfect journey. It's messy, unpredictable, and often it feels like everything is falling apart. And here's the thing, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that we're supposed to have it all together. We see people on social media or hear stories of success, and sometimes we forget that behind all of that, there are struggles too. Every single one of us faces hard times. It could be personal loss, health issues, financial stress, or simply the weight of everyday life that sometimes feels unbearable. But the truth is, these moments don't define us unless we let them. They don't have to be the end of the story. It's in these moments of difficulty that we really find out who we are. When life throws those curveballs, you discover your own resilience, even if you don't realize it at first. And here's the most powerful part. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. It's okay to not have all the answers, to feel lost, to feel like you're barely holding on. That's where real growth happens. The storms come, but they don't last forever. Just like the rain eventually clears and gives way to the sun, those heavy moments eventually pass too. We need to remind ourselves that feeling down, feeling like things are hard, is normal. But it doesn't mean it's the end of the road. It's just part of the journey, and no one, not a single person, is immune to it. The struggles we face don't make us weak. They actually give us the strength we never knew we had. So embrace the moments that challenge you. See them for what they are, opportunities to rise. Because when you face the storm head on, you come out stronger, more compassionate, and ready to help others do the same. It's easy to underestimate the power of small gestures. We often think that making a difference has to be this big, grand, life-changing thing. But the reality is, it's those tiny acts of kindness, the moments when we show up for someone in a way they didn't expect, that truly make a lasting impact. Sometimes a simple compliment can brighten someone's entire day. A quick text to check in on someone, just asking how they're doing, can be the thing that pulls them out of a dark place. The truth is, we have so much power in the smallest things we do, but we don't always recognize it. Think about the last time someone gave you a genuine smile or held the door open for you when you least expected it. It didn't cost them anything, but it probably made you feel seen, appreciated, and a little lighter in that moment. That's how powerful kindness is. It's like a ripple effect. When you're kind to someone, they feel good, and then they're more likely to spread that goodness to someone else. It doesn't take much. In fact, sometimes the best things in life are the things we don't even realize we're doing, like lending a hand when someone's struggling or offering a listening ear when someone needs to talk. Those things matter. We often think we're too busy or that we have nothing significant to offer, but the truth is you do. Every day you get opportunities to impact someone's life, even in ways you might not notice. The small things you do can mean the world to someone else. And when you start looking at life through that lens, you realize that you have the power to bring light into the world with just your presence, your words, your actions. It's the small things that add up to something bigger than we could ever imagine. Being truly present for someone isn't just about physically being there. It's about showing up with your heart and your mind fully engaged. A lot of times we get caught up in the hustle of life, checking off to-do lists, juggling tasks, and keeping our heads above water. But we forget that sometimes the best thing we can do for someone is just to listen, to be there in the moment without distractions, without rushing to offer solutions or advice. Just showing that you care enough to sit with someone in their struggle, to be there for them, can mean everything. We all have moments when we feel like the world is moving too fast, and we're just trying to keep up. But when we take a step back and give someone our full attention, it shows them that they matter. That in a world full of distractions, we chose to stop for them. It's not about trying to fix their problems, because honestly, sometimes there's nothing you can do to fix everything. But what you can do is offer a sense of comfort and connection, letting them know they're not alone. And in those moments, we give them the space to feel heard and understood. When you're present, you start to realize that the impact of your presence is often more powerful than any advice or solution you could offer. It's in the quiet moments of understanding, in the shared silence, where people often feel the most supported. Sometimes just sitting beside someone and offering a shoulder to lean on is more healing than any words could ever be. Your presence becomes a source of strength, and in that you give them the courage to face whatever comes next. In the darkest moments, it can feel like everything is falling apart. It's easy to get lost in the weight of it all, the disappointment, the failures, the confusion. But what if, instead of sinking deeper into the despair, we chose to focus on the light, no matter how small it might seem? What if we decided, even for a moment, to believe that there's something good on the other side of the struggle? That's the power of hope and positivity. When everything feels heavy, hope isn't just a nice thought, it's a lifeline. It's the belief that despite the storm you're facing, there is always something ahead that's worth pushing toward. Hope doesn't mean ignoring the difficulties or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's about acknowledging the challenges and choosing to keep moving forward anyway. It's about finding the strength to rise even when it feels like you've hit rock bottom. Positivity doesn't mean everything will work out the way you want it to, or that you won't face pain and struggle. But it's the realization that even in those tough times, you have the power to control how you respond. You can choose to let those moments define you negatively, or you can decide that they'll be stepping stones, temporary hurdles that will eventually lead to something better. It's about shifting your mindset, focusing on the possibilities instead of the limitations. In those moments when the world feels overwhelming, being a beacon of hope for others is one of the most powerful things you can do. Your optimism, your belief that better days are ahead, can be the very thing that inspires someone to keep going when they feel like giving up. Hope and positivity become a light that not only guides you, but helps guide others through their own storms. The beauty of kindness is that it doesn't just stop with the person you're directly helping, it spreads and it grows. Think about it. When you do something kind for someone, whether it's a compliment, a helping hand, or simply showing up when they need it most, it creates this ripple effect that reaches far beyond the moment. You may never know how much your simple act of kindness touches someone else's life, but I promise you it does. And just like that, the energy of positivity, encouragement, and support keeps going, one person passing it on to another, creating a web of goodness. This is why kindness has such incredible power. It's not just about that single moment you make a difference. It's about how that moment ripples outward, how the person you've helped now feels inspired to be kinder, to lift someone else up, to make their corner of the world brighter. And guess what? That cycle continues. One small action can spark a whole chain reaction that leads to something bigger than you ever imagined. But here's the most amazing part. This effect is not just limited to those around you. When you show up for someone else, when you lift someone else's spirits, you're also lifting your own. There's something incredibly fulfilling about being part of that positive ripple, about seeing how your efforts to spread kindness and love impact not just others, but yourself as well. It reminds you that even in tough times, you can create change. You have the power to affect the world in ways that are far-reaching, even if you don't see the full picture. Every time you show up for someone, you're contributing to this greater movement of human connection, compassion, and kindness. It's a reminder that no act of goodness, no matter how small, ever goes unnoticed. Sometimes we get so focused on the end goal that we forget about the process. We want to be somewhere, achieve something, or reach a certain place in life, and we get frustrated when we hit roadblocks. But what if the storm, the struggle, isn't something to avoid, but something to embrace? What if it's actually in those difficult, messy, and frustrating moments where we grow the most? Life's challenges aren't just obstacles, they're opportunities for transformation. When we face adversity head-on, that's when we build strength, resilience, and character. That's when we discover what we're truly made of. It's in the storms that we learn how to stand tall, even when everything around us feels uncertain. Every challenge forces us to find new solutions, to think differently, and to stretch ourselves beyond what we thought was possible. And sure, it's uncomfortable. It's not fun to struggle, but what if the struggle is the very thing that shapes you into a stronger, more capable version of yourself? What if every hardship is pushing you closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be? When you're in the middle of the storm, it's hard to see the bigger picture. It's easy to feel like you're stuck, like nothing is ever going to change. But if you trust that transformation is happening, even in the hardest moments, it makes all the difference. You may not see the results right away, but little by little, those challenges are molding you. They're teaching you patience, persistence, and how to keep moving forward even when it feels impossible. It's all part of the process. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It happens when we push through the difficult moments and come out on the other side stronger, wiser, and more capable than ever before. We're all walking through this world, facing something, sometimes silently, sometimes loudly. But what if, instead of being consumed by our own battles, we decided to be a source of light for someone else? To be that rainbow in somebody's cloud? Imagine how many lives could be changed, including your own. So let's stop scrolling through life and start showing up for each other in meaningful ways. Don't underestimate the power of your presence. The world needs more rainbows, and it starts with you.